There are three huge shifts I'm making to my online business in 2025 to help me make more money while actually enjoying my life even more and setting my business up to actually support this unique season of life I'm in. I'm a mom of three kids who are all ages 4 and under. My youngest is 6 months, and I work less than 20 hours a week, usually much, much less. I'm the primary caregiver for our children. They do have childcare, but if someone is sick, if school needs a project done, if the dog needs to go to the vet unexpectedly, which literally has happened this week, a contractor's coming to the house, there's a lot on my plate personally, and my business is not here to make that harder. My business is not here to make it hard for me to work out, to make it hard for me to get enough sleep at night, to make it hard for me to show up for my family and myself in the way I want to. My business is only allowed to add, to create overflow, to create fun and fulfillment. Yes, financial as well, right? Financial overflow for my family, but it is not meant to be a thing that takes away. It is only allowed to add. And I think that's a really important context to set right off the bat in this video, because the shifts I'm going to be talking about are not going to be the shifts you're hearing anyone else talk about, because they're kind of breaking all the rules of what everyone says to do. But beyond that, the way in which I run my business and the way my clients want to run their business is very unique. It's not about burning the midnight oil, waking up as soon as you can, and having your business take over your entire life. It's actually about the opposite. It's about plugging in intentionally, doing work that's rewarding and fulfilling and makes an impact, and then also unplugging, being present with your family, having time to work out and shower and get sleep and go do the errands you need to do and take the dog to the vet and not have this huge disruption when life is going to life. And at the end of 2024, I really realized that while I had done such a good job of making my business in that way and designing my business to operate that way, now that I've got three kids, life is lifing so much more than ever before. As my oldest gets older and as I have three kids at all different ages, there is just a lot going on. And so I realized at the beginning of this year that there's more to be done here. There's more alignments that can be done. There's more shifts that can be made to not only make the business more adaptable, but tap into my own strengths, because I also realized that there were some things I had been doing for the past year and a half or so that were kind of I was putting myself into a bit of a box of what I thought I should be doing based on this season of life. I'm going to explain all that. This is going to be such an impactful video. If any of this is resonating with you already, then you're going to love what's to come. I want to just say, if we haven't met before, I'm Megan. I've been in the online business space for literally 11 years now. Started as a virtual assistant, became a course creator, a coach. I have worked for some of my clients full-time. I have actually taken a 2-year sabbatical when I became a parent. And here we are now. It's been quite a journey. And I specialize in helping online coaches and course creators build a business that makes multi 6 figures, right? That makes really good money. Some of my clients are even at the 7-figure mark, but in a way that supports their lifestyle. Many of my clients are parents, but many of them aren't. They have a chronic illness, or they just want to have a freaking life outside of work, and they just want to enjoy life. They want to plug in. They don't want things to feel so complicated. They don't want to reinvent the wheel all the time, but they want to come in and feel inspired and fulfilled and like they're making an impact and get to use their creativity, and then also like plug out and not have to think so hard about what their next step is. It's fun. The way we do business here is very fun. I'm also extremely ambitious. So even though my priority is taking care of myself, taking care of my family, taking care of our home, I also freaking love making money. The game of entrepreneurship is a joy. I love playing it, and I see no end in sight for how much money I want this business to make. I love it. It's very fun. And so finding the sweet spot of maximizing income while also not sacrificing my values or what's important to me is really, really integral to how I do business and how I make choices. Because I'm not sitting here playing small, but I'm also not just going to follow someone else's blueprint because that's what they said to do. We're going to do it our own way. So now that I have given you the lay of the land, let's dig in to what I'm actually shifting. Because underneath these 3 big shifts I'm going to be sharing with you, there was a core realization that I think is going to blow your mind, and I'm excited to share. So let me whip up my iPad here try to do some little visuals here. As a parent who has very limited capacity to work, I have very little focus blocks. I have very little time to even record this video here. I had been kind of following this narrative that I should be doing things that are low lift, things that are easier, faster, easier to like think and do, right? So for me, that was a lot of Instagram. Not that Instagram was easy or even enjoyable per se, but creating content on Instagram is a lower lift than something like YouTube. And I kept thinking, well, in this season of life, I should just be doing the path of least resistance, which would be Instagram. That would also be podcasts sometime. And that would also be selling on Instagram stories. And this was really the main way I did things for the past year and a half. It was always about what can I do the quickest, the least resistance, get it out there, idea to live. And that is beautiful. There's absolutely a season for this. And by no means am I saying any of this is wrong. But what I was realizing is that this way of doing things, where it was kind of like idea, execute. Ooh, I should document this and post on Instagram stories, or, ooh, I should be posting a reel. I should be doing blah, blah, blah. There were so many shoulds. And it was literally never enough. Someone out there is posting 3 times on Instagram a day, making millions. Someone is out there posting daily on their podcast, making more money than ever before. Someone is out there selling on Instagram stories more than you, pitching more. And for me, it really became this hamster wheel. Even when I came in and posted, even if I was consistent, it wasn't quite enough. It triggered that part of my brain that just felt like it wasn't enough. And here I was just stuck every day. Oh, I should post on Instagram. Oh, I should post on Instagram. Maybe I got into a moment where I was batching. Great. Well, life is going to life. That one little hour block I was supposed to batch, boom, got to go pick up a kid from school. Don't have another hour block. My whole cycle's broken and I'm back in the day to day. Oh, someone else is emailing every day, right? Coming back up here. Oh, daily emails. Again, none of these are bad, but it was just really continuing this daily grind for me where I was never really getting ahead and it never really felt like enough. And if you have been in my world for a bit, I've been doing YouTube on and off since 2016. I've never been consistent for like years. I go through seasons of consistency with it. And then for reasons here nor there, I would kind of fall out again. I would take a break or switch focuses, and that's okay. What's cool about YouTube and why I'm bringing it up here is that it's the only platform I've ever found that allows me to break this daily grind, this daily cycle, and get rewarded for it years later. So even with Instagram or TikTok, these short form platforms where, SEO is improving, the lifespan of short form content, I think, is increasing compared to what it used to be. It's still a volume game when it's all said and done, and it's still not going to serve you forever and ever. Because the fact of the matter is that my highest ticket clients right now, 2025, people that are coming in at the top of my product suite, wanting to work with me in my mastermind one-on-one, they found me from YouTube. Maybe years ago. YouTube is the one platform for me that has absolutely created a loyal community that has come with me through pivots and changes and sabbaticals, who has been along for the journey. And these are videos literally from 2016. I have clients today who maybe never invested in anything before now, who have been in my world hanging out, who are now investing in my highest ticket thing. And it all started with YouTube. That was how they came in. That's how they developed a deep relationship with me. And YouTube also continues to serve my digital products and my passive income. Literally made a sale yesterday from a digital product that has the only place it's being promoted is an old YouTube video that I don't promote. I don't even think I have a sales page for it right now. It's just a checkout page. So like so much room for optimization and improvement even there. But YouTube is a great example of this idea that, YouTube isn't a low lift, right? Going from like idea to published piece of content on YouTube is much harder than something like on Instagram, or if not harder, more involved. And so I kept telling myself I shouldn't do that right now. That's not where I should focus. I should focus on the low lift and master that before I add in something else. And I'm just saying in 2025, F that. Goodbye making decisions only because they're a quote unquote low lift. We're not doing that. We're breaking out of the daily grind. And the way you break out of the daily grind is by actually doing bigger lifts, but you do them less often. So we actually are going to be doing some big lifts. I'm going to be doing some big lifts because I got ADHD, girl. I want to hyperfixate. Give me something I can like zero in on for a couple of weeks and then not, and I'm actually so much better. So this is a great example of this strategy benefiting the way I naturally work. I want to hyperfixate. Okay? Why can't I write? I want to have a focus that then I can change focuses. Okay? So we're going to actually lean into big lifts. You're going to see that with the 3 shifts I'm going to share with you in just a minute, that they may seem counterintuitive and not what you expect because of the season of life I'm in, but I'm actually going to be breaking out of the daily grind by focusing on bigger lifts, by focusing on things that allow me to come in, plug in, do things, and step out instead of feeling like I have to do stuff every single day. So if this is resonating with you, by the way, before we even get into the shifts, if this idea of breaking this daily cycle, this hamster wheel, this never being enough, if that's something you're into, then you are going to love a free training that I'm actually going to be delivering in February of this year that is all about breaking this cycle and how you can implement a business strategy and a business model like this. It's going to be super awesome. The link for that will be in the description below. You're going to love it. Okay, let's keep going. So let's talk about what these shifts are. What does this actually look like in my business? This shift to bigger lifts and focusing on kind of bigger, why do I just want to keep saying lift? These bigger like moments. Okay. So let's dig in. The first shift is going to be probably pretty obvious based on what I just shared with you as an example, but it's going to be all about long form content over short form content. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, it's January, that I'm not posting a single piece of short form content this year. I don't know. But right now, I'm not focused on short form at all. Deleted Instagram, deleted TikTok. Yes, that means I can't re-download it right now. That's cool. I knew that when I did it, but it's just all about long form for me. And because I've been in business so long, this is actually how I grew my business, was long form content. So I'm actually really excited to be shifting. And ever since just making this choice, my creativity has soared. Like writing emails to my list is a joy. Creating content like this feels delightful because I'm not sitting here trying to take the things I want to teach and share and put them into little micro 4-second things with captions. I'm not having to like repurpose 100 times. I'm actually getting to just like go to the depth I want, share meaningful, valuable stuff and not overanalyze how to repurpose it and maximize it. Again, maybe I will incorporate short form again. I think for now, my plan is, I'll share it in a second, but the focus and the shift number 1 is long form over content. So for me, that's going to look like YouTube. That's going to also look like email. Really testing out my drawing skills here. These are my two platforms that I'm going to focus on. Now, maybe I'm going to see how it feels in execution. I might do some blog posts. That's going to be a decision based on what I want to delegate to my VA and what I feel like I have capacity for. So we'll see. That's honestly just something I'm going to TBD on that. But it would be the YouTube video as a blog post. It wouldn't be like a third piece of content. So it's really for me about YouTube and about email this year. So I might also take my YouTube videos and just turn those into like shorts on YouTube, because you can do a clip that links to the video itself. So that might be the extent of short form I'm focused on right now. We'll see. Again, the main thing here though is YouTube. I'm shifting it where YouTube isn't, I want to come back to YouTube. I want to do it. It's the thing. It's the non-negotiable. It's the priority. We're doing 3 to 4 videos a month. That's the priority. And the cool thing about how, yes, this might seem like a bigger lift to do 3 or 4 pieces of YouTube content, YouTube videos, but I actually get to just do that one time and not think about it every freaking day. A new content idea, right? The amount of content I'm focused on is 3 to 4, not 30. So much easier for me mentally and creatively. And so I am focused on 3 to 4 YouTube videos a month. There will, of course, be emails every time I have a new video. I'll promote the email. But then I'm also going to email my list because I want to. When I have stories to tell, lessons to learn, behind the scenes I want to share, and when I've got something to sell. We're a business. We sell unapologetically. People are on our email list because they want to be there, and they can always unsubscribe. And that's like part of the cool thing about it. So this is it. If anything happens like blog posts or shorts, that's going to be probably something I delegate. Maybe later this year, I reincorporate some short form content. But for now, we're not even thinking about it. It's just, what are my YouTube videos and what are my emails? This shift already, game changer. I've been saying for a long time I wanted to do a YouTube video again. I made this official decision to delete Instagram like less than a week ago. And here I am, churning out YouTube videos, sending out emails that have my community, replying back and engaged and excited about what I have to share. The energetic shift for me and for my community has already been immediate. Okay, so that's shift number 1, long form over short form. Now, let's talk about shift number 2. This is going to have a similar concept where we're doing bigger lifts to get out of the daily grind. And this one feels like spicy. I don't know. It feels kind of counter. So like hold on to your panties here. We're actually going to focus on open and closed launches. Not evergreen. Yeah. If you've been in the online business space, you know evergreen is queen. Everyone wants evergreen. Everyone wants everything on evergreen. We're making sales every day. And you'll also know that my programs have been evergreen for the past 1.5 years. And there's some beautiful, wonderful things about evergreen. And I will continue to have a couple of things available evergreen. If you don't know what evergreen means, it just means available all the time. Someone can join at any time. I'll still have a couple of things that are evergreen, sure. But my main programs, I'm going to do open and closed launches. A couple times a year. I want to come in and say, hey, doors are open. I've created content intentionally leading up to that. I do the promotion, then the doors close, and I get to reshift my energy. I get to step away from trying to sell every freaking day. Because I don't know about you, but when you're on this hamster wheel, and if you're doing Instagram stories in particular, damn, does it just feel, oh, I suppose I cussed. Can I cuss on YouTube? I don't remember. I think I can. I don't know about you, but I was just like always trying to churn out Instagram stories, and they're great. And if you're using Instagram, I recommend selling on Instagram stories. Absolutely. But I was just so freaking tired of putting so much energy into all these freaking sales pitches here at the exchange of a sales page, because that's where it was for me. I was trying to do quick, low lift and move and sell. And again, there's seasons for that. I'm glad I did it. But I was having to share so much all the time on Instagram stories because I didn't have a freaking sales page to do that for me. I couldn't just post one story and say, hey, go here to learn more, because I hadn't prioritized making a sales page and I didn't feel like I had the capacity. So I was stuck in the grind of this. You can't post the same slides every day. And then, of course, Instagram algorithm starts punishing you for posting too many slides. And here we are again, just like, why? This is going to clutter your mind. It is going to distract you. And when you have a limited amount of time, we don't have time for this. This is annoying. So I'm just not going to do it, at least for now. Like, I don't know when I will. For now, it's been incredible to not. But as part of this Instagram story example here, I'm shifting to open and close launches because I get to come in and sell at a really intentional time, right? I get to look at my calendar. If you're a parent and you have kids, you understand that life is seasonal without your choice. Because if this is the 12 months of the year, then we've got, I'm just going to say this is January and December, right? Then we've got, spring break here. We've got Christmas break here. You got kind of a partial holiday break there. We've got, what would this be? Summer break. And, this is also kind of like the holidays, November. I don't really want to work. I'm focused on the holiday stuff, right? This is also rodeo season here in Houston, so I'm always busy. It's also my birthday in March. So, there's a lot going on here already, where if I'm trying to sell every day, I'm not going to really be able to. And I'm going to feel like I'm behind, right? Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 months where I'm not on a normal rhythm, which is almost half the year, right? And then let's be honest, life is going to life. Kids are going to get sick. Stuff's going to happen. And so instead of feeling like this is a problem, I can come in and say, hey, we're going to launch here. We're going to launch here. And we're going to launch here. And we're going to launch, maybe I don't want to launch there. Maybe I want to launch here, whatever, right? The thing is I get to choose within that season. And as I get closer, I can always change it. But this means I have a very concentrated, hey, I'm going to do a launch here. But all these other months, I get to just do whatever I want. I get to create YouTube content, which, hey, I could batch that pretty far ahead of schedule. I used to be really good at batching 6 to 8 videos at a time. I can just focus on serving my clients. One of the things I'll be sharing with you is something really exciting that I'll be creating for my clients. And so that means that, hey, once we shift into March, April, for me for this year, I'm actually going to be shifting on, these 3 months are just going to be about a new curriculum. But I won't feel like I'm losing out on money and making a choice of, am I selling or delivering? Because I am selling. I'm just selling when I want to. And then I can take a nice little break, right? And say, hey, I can just coach. I don't have to try to do anything else these months. How nice is that? So nice. Yeah, these are bigger lifts, sure. But the cost exchange here of being able to come in and plug in and have, 4 to 8 weeks where I'm hyper focused, have a clear goal, can easily make decisions on what content should be talked about, what lessons should be done, what my to-do list is, what my priorities are. And then I get to shift out of that. And I get to do this however much I want. If there's a season of life where I want to do this every month, I could. If I want to do it once a year, I could. I get to choose. I'm in complete control, and I no longer feel like I'm stuck in a cycle of never enough. So I'm going to be shifting all my signature programs to open and closed. Now, I'm always a big believer in making adjustments. So if I decide to turn something evergreen, I will. But this energetic shift of getting out of the daily sales grind, I'm so excited about. It's going to be so good. Okay. Then the third shift here is going all in on my program, Iconic. And there's so much here I'm going to be revealing publicly soon. So I can't even give it all away right here because I don't want to yet. But I have a program called Iconic, and this is going to be, I go all in on this. And to me, this is one of the bigger shifts, even though this program's been around and has been a signature program of mine. I have been doing a lot of like lower ticket and standalone courses and things. And things are shifting with Iconic, and it is becoming truly like the program. This is where I'm going to create some core curriculum to really guide my clients through the process of building and growing and scaling their business. That means it's going to be a really actionable step-by-step resource guide for my clients with a framework here that I'll be revealing eventually. And then there's also going to be action plans and roadmaps, right? So you know exactly what to come in and do depending on what your focuses are. So maybe you come into the program and you're like, hey, month 1, month 2, month 3, cool, we've done it. Now we can move on. Reducing the mental load, helping you stay focused, helping my clients take action is like my greatest joy. And the core curriculum is really going to support that. I'm also going to be focusing on, and holistically here, really, this is the foundation, is just improving my client experience. I want my clients to have the most incredible experience in Iconic from the moment they join to the moment they resign or decide to exit the program. I want to, 10 times the client experience here. I want it to be an incredible experience. I want to also make sure that means they're getting really good results. And, the way I've been doing right now is my clients are getting results, but I don't have the back end system set up really to track that, to measure that the way I want to keep it organized, to be able to share it more, to feature my clients, to feature case studies. And so it's not only about, hey, improving their client experience and getting them better results, which the core curriculum will help do. It's also then about actually documenting those results and then sharing those results publicly to feature my clients, because my clients are literally the freaking best, but to also help other people see what's possible for them, because my clients are all across the world in different industries. They're not all serving business owners. And I want to be sharing their stories and shouting them from the rooftops and featuring my clients. And so Iconic is where my focus is entirely. If I have a new training I want to create, my clients are getting it. If I have a workshop I want to do, if I have a product I want to create, if there is something that my clients need to accomplish their goals, like I'm focusing on it, I'm focusing on their needs, and I'm focusing on growing Iconic. And Iconic will be on an open and closed launch cycle, especially while I create the core curriculum. That's my plan. There will also I can't say this out loud yet. There's going to be a piece of this that might be available evergreen, but things to find out later. But either way, Iconic is my focus. And to me, this feels like a big shift because it is a big shift. This is where my focus is for creating. I'm not going to be splitting up my efforts and my attention, creating a bunch of different standalone products and then creating new tech and new messaging to support it all. I'm all in on Iconic. This is my program that I'm going to, yes, grow, but always improve and be getting clients even better results over and over again. And my attention will be here. And again, this is a heavier lift in some ways because, it's easier, if you will. I don't really think it is, but like the narrative is that it's easier to sell, one-off things. And it can be. But I'm tired of making that exchange of trying to come in and sell something new with new messaging and sell something new with new messaging and sell something with new messaging and then figuring out how to piece it together. How can I draw a puzzle here? How to piece it all together. Oh my God. I don't know how to draw a puzzle apparently. And trying to just like waste my brain. Oop. Oh my gosh, you guys, you get the gist. Trying to figure out how do I piece this all together? Where should it fall? And all of this is just adding decisions over and over and over again, recreating the wheel over and over and over again. Instead, I get to really focus my efforts and have higher leveraged outcomes because of these 3 shifts, because I'm breaking out of this daily trap, because I'm no longer stuck in the day-to-day. I'm able to zoom out and to say, hey, we're focused on YouTube. We're focused on email. Easy. Oh, just picture that. Picture the relief of just being like 3 to 4 videos a month. Easy peasy. None of the TikTok and the Instagram and should I be posting on Threads and should I be doing that? Like, should I be over here? Threads I use for fun, right? But like, this is so much simpler. Same thing over here. We're just focusing 3 to 4 months of the year on big sales efforts. And then I get to just take a step back. And then we're focusing on one program to make incredible, to improve, to refine, to get feedback and continue to refine and improve, to grow and to help make an impact. But I don't have to create a new sales page, a new checkout page, new messaging, new this, new that. I don't have to do this. I get to just continue to pour into one space. I get to continue to teach and spread the word about this one space over and over and over again. And that means that every time I do a launch, even if someone doesn't join here, they're going to be hearing about Iconic and seeing my clients' results. And then maybe the next launch, they're ready. Because I'm growing the brand awareness of this one product, and the client testimonials will grow as well. These are the shifts I'm so excited to be making this year. I really believe that these 3 shifts are the key to shifting my business to be seasonal and a way that my life already is, to be in alignment with how my life is. My life is cyclical. My life is seasonal. My energy is cyclical. My energy is not constant. And I'm tired of trying to shove myself into a box where I'm supposed to be putting the same output out every day. That's not realistic. We all know that, but we get stuck in it anyways, thinking our output has to be consistent. I'll tell you what, YouTube has served me so well, and I've never even been super consistent for long periods of time. And it still serves me. And that's what I'm looking for in this business, in this season of life of my business, where I can show up as I'm able to, plug in, focus, do the work, take a step back, and I'm not punished for that natural seasonality and that natural cadence and rhythm that my life is in. And let's be real, my kids are little. I'm going to be in a seasonal stage of life for the next 18 years, right? Like, we got to figure this out now. And implementing this now and building this cadence in now is only going to make it easier and easier to refine and improve. Where, yeah, doing a one-off launch may put a little bit more pressure on that launch performing how we want, but I also know it will perform good and they'll perform good each time, and I'll get better and I'll master it, and this whole system will work really well together. This is how we break the cycle of the daily grind of it never being enough and have a business that we actually enjoy running. That's actually so much fun. You would do it if you didn't have to. Sounds good, right? So if this is something you're interested in hearing more about, obviously subscribe to the channel. I'll be sharing more of this journey, sharing more of how I'm doing it, how you can do it too, sharing what's working, what's not working. If you have any specific questions about how I'm doing business or anything I shared here, please leave a comment below. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, and I just can't wait to hear your feedback. And if you're interested in that free training I talked about, definitely check out the link in the description, because I'll be linking to where you can register for that. If it is not available to witness anymore, then you will also see information about my program Iconic, so that you can understand more about what this framework looks like in your business. And I'm just so excited for you. I'm so grateful for you. If you've been on my YouTube channel since the beginning, like, hell yeah, let me know in the comments. Let's all party together, because y'all are the best. And I am just so excited to be refocusing here on YouTube. Definitely like it, comment, subscribe if you aren't, and share this video with someone you think would really enjoy it so that we can get the word out. And if you want more content like this, also be sure to watch the video somewhere here that's being suggested to watch because it's going to be a good one. I will see you in the next video, and I hope to see you at the free training in a couple weeks. Thanks. Bye.